Good evening. Welcome to Lifestyles of Love. Because who says there's only one way to live in love on Hot 702.5 FM? Good evening and hello. Welcome to another Monday night here on Lifestyles of Love on Hot 702.5 with your girls Chris and Vic. I'm Chris.
I'm Vic.
And we're here tonight to talk about the mixing of the races and the faces of interracial relations. We have some special guests. Long time, number one fan. You guys know her. You love her. Montez.
Hello.
And she brought her hubby here. It's so sweet.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Adrian, yes. Realtor extraordinaire. If you need a house, hit us up later, okay?
Yeah.
So, so Adrian's new. So usually we talk about hot topics first, but what is even going on? Because I don't feel there's a whole lot of hotness
that's
out
really
there.
going on is we have to give ourselves a shout out for our birthday, our 1 year birthday.
Oh, yes, the birthday!
Happy birthday, Lifestyles of Love.
Cheers, our baby.
Right, that's why we got the bubbles.
Yes.
We got the
Yeah, we're drinking bubbles today.
I'm double fisting.
Colored
here.
bubbles.
You made it a year.
Bubbles and wine.
So that is an amazing accomplishment for us.
So thank you guys for supporting and
Yes.
for listening.
Yes. Being here, being there, listening to the good, the bad, the ugly.
Absolutely. This shit was rocky as fuck at first.
Yeah.
For me.
Nah,
Hell
y'all
yeah,
was
it
doing
was.
good. Y'all was doing good. That's why I
Montez
stayed
been here since the beginning. She was listening.
Yeah, well, Crystal's the natural, you know. I just do this shit for fun.
She be here.
But you can't even tell Vicky. You smooth.
Girl, whatever.
Um,
She has to say that.
What else? I mean, I know we were talking about Wendy
Good for
finally
her.
filing for divorce.
Good for her.
Finally. But that's hard.
It is hard.
22 years?
At this point, like, why? Why file?
I mean,
The fuck? Yeah. You know what? Okay.
It's been this long. I mean,
maybe
come
it's
on.
just for her, though. Maybe it's just for her own benefit.
Maybe.
She was like back in the sober.
Right.
Like, it was just too much. And then a baby. Babies are a deal breaker for me. Like, you have a
So
baby
you can have a
on
whole
me,
other woman over here,
Yes.
but
But you have a baby on me?
Because the baby means that now you're attached for life, as opposed to we could kick you to the curb any old minute. Wasn't that the same situation with
But
T.I.
what?
and Tiny?
But what else would he have to do besides having a baby to get kicked to the curb when he already cheating?
There's a lot.
Maybe
but
that
just
was the
baby.
rule.
Maybe that was the rule. You're right, Adrian. He listens.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Stipulations.
Yeah, there you go. Don't have babies.
But this poor baby. I mean,
Exactly.
God, I would not want to be born
That's what I'm
into this
saying.
kind of strife. But
Right, because she repossessing cars and shit.
right, his car got repossessed on the street.
I think
True
so.
that. You think they had a prenup?
That's what I was asking. I was asking that, and I don't
I
it
don't
was
know.
20 years ago. So what year was that?
Because she was on the
99.
radio.
She was. This is before she blew up.
So probably not. I don't know.
I wonder if you can get. It wouldn't be called a prenup, but it's some
A
type of
postnup.
stipulation. Yeah.
A during
Yeah,
nut.
they do those.
During
I'm all about a post nut because people be acting funny after they get married. You know?
That's true.
People be acting brand new, and you know,
Where
if
they
we
from?
New Jersey, New York, somewhere like that.
Both of them?
Is it like community property state or something?
I don't know actually.
You know?
I don't know. I think they live in Jersey though. They're Jersey people.
Yeah, but
Yes.
at the same time, too, if it's like proven that you're having an affair, then
But it's also proven that she was okay with it. Like she kept the marriage going despite the affair. So I don't know where the statutes lie.
see, sometimes I believe part of that is like some women who are married for the sake of like saying that they have a husband.
That's true.
Like, I
That's
don't-
true.
there-
Because it sounds like a lonely life to be married, but not actually have your husband with you.
Right.
Right, and she's got this kid.
Like he's vacationing with another bitch. Like what kind of like
Like he
What is
reaping the
that?
benefits of her.
Maybe she
fame.
got a man.
that's what I was thinking.
That's
And,
true.
no,
Maybe
but
she
you
got
got
a man.
You better have a man.
And
Even
again,
though-
maybe that was the agreement, and then he
Right.
fucked around and had a kid, and they was like,
And I was like, no.
Yeah, you better.
She was like, you broke the rules,
the
bruh.
pool boy something. I don't
Or
know.
maybe it was just that it all came like out to the public because
Right.
we ain't know.
I mean, my dad and Montez's dad both think that Williams is a man. So
They're not
Oh,
the
they
only
do.
one.
They
I
do.
can see that.
Adrian's
I can
on
see
there.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adrian.
My mom
like,
swears by fucking Wendy Williams, and it drives me crazy. She watches that shit. Well, Wendy said,
well,
bye.
Wendy said, I just don't know.
For a long time, I did think that she was a man. And then I watched her show for a while, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's what I was saying. I'm like, I thought that
She was
and then I
pretty
was
ill-built.
She
I'm
like,
sorry.
yeah, she is. But I like Googled some pictures of her before she had
Yeah.
all the plastic surgery, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah,
she's a woman.
She is.
She wasn't
just-
attractive.
Agreed. I mean, still not, but whatevs.
I mean,
She
somebody
be
like
slaying
it.
them wigs. I'll tell you that. Whoever does her hair,
For sure.
Yes.
I mean, it's always on point though. I'll give her
Yeah.
that.
what did she have done? Just her breasts?
No.
that
A lot,
nose,
yeah.
that the cheeks, that
But not the
forehead.
ass. Like I don't know. She.
I think she
Listen.
probably had some tucking, some tucked
She could have took that
skin.
and put it back there. All right. Anyway.
You never know.
Yeah.
Anything else? Because I just
No, nothing that is really.
Nothing that's relevant.
Beyonce's Homecoming came out. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't
I
watched
don't-
it either.
I
I watched
it's on my list.
like a 20-minute clip my cousin showed me of it last year, like right after it was, and it was a lot. So I don't know if I can sit through it again. Honestly.
I'm gonna watch it.
Can we please just like? Can anybody have a moment outside of Beyonce? Like,
No.
I just felt like that was kind of
My
disrespectful.
everyday is outside of Beyonce.
Thank you, mine too. I feel like that was a little, not even disrespectful. Let's just say
So, like,
narcissistic.
Because Coachella was that same
Yeah,
weekend?
I mean, we just had Coachella, and she drops it the same weekend of Coachella, where last year everybody was like, it's Baychella. She came out and did this performance, which was really good. But
She rehearsed for like 8 months
just-
for that fucking performance.
all right, well,
It's her tribute to the colleges.
Yeah.
the one she didn't go
yes.
to,
Yes.
the one
That's
she
fine.
didn't go to,
Yeah,
she
she
didn't
couldn't.
attend. Why? She could have went.
She was fucking no. It wasn't. I don't think it was necessarily she was.
Destiny's
rich.
Child could have went to college.
She was. Yeah. Then she became Beyonce. Like she's obviously somebody who's like very like focused and works like extremely
She's a
hard
workaholic.
Right.
on her craft. Right. She's a workaholic.
For sure.
So she just I don't know when her fame took off. Like that's what it was.
Yeah. Choices.
I just feel like
She probably-
she traded
she-
in one
she
daddy
made
for another,
she made
and
regret.
Jay-Z's out there like, bitch, you better get this money.
I don't think that he has anything to do with it.
Uh,
I don't think so.
Girl.
I think that's her.
That's naive to me because
I think that's
how
her.
how
I'm sure
what
he's
is her?
supportive.
What is who is Beyonce? Do you know anything about her?
That bitch
She got a
is
baby?
bomb as fuck.
She got three
No,
kids.
but do you know anything
Sharon.
about the inner? Do you know anything about her as a person? Like
Like
anything
her
she's
life,
gone
her
through,
growing
or her, you know, how
No.
she feels about her dad, or
Nope.
her
No.
sister, or Kelly,
She
or
just-
Michelle, or
She
anybody.
probably doesn't even know how she feels about that shit her damn self because she's always working.
But you know what? She has
Always
successfully become an entity instead
Yes.
of just a person. When you think
Right.
Beyonce, you don't think the personalization of
Right.
who she is as a person. You just
Because
think
now-
the entity that is
Right.
Beyonce.
And so now that she's like slowly like opening up more,
Is she
people
Is
right.
she?
She is like now she's doing like these She did that documentary where like years ago on HBO or something. Right?
she did, but they're all like
Right, so,
self-controlled. Like they're all,
I'm not.
you know.
I am not a part of the Hive at all.
Okay, okay.
I really,
Same.
no,
Me
I
neither,
admire
me neither.
her. I'm a fan and I admire her. Like absolutely. Like she.
I
is
give
a
her
hard.
props,
Yes.
respect.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can't take away from that. Like I just can't.
But I can't
agree.
love her.
But for people who are in the Hive, like they're okay with getting like an
Little
inch
pieces,
every 10
yeah.
years. Yeah, like they're okay
They
with
lose
that.
it. They lose it
Yeah,
when they get it.
they
Yes,
do.
Right.
absolutely.
And she knows what she's doing.
She do. She do.
That's what I mean. I feel like it's all calculated, manipulative.
Oh, yeah, it
I
is.
think it's all very posed
Absolutely.
and picturesque, and it's not like where's
But
the
at the same time, I
real?
almost
Like
can't
But it's
blame her
working.
because
It's working.
when you give us an inch, we want all of you, and then we build you up, and then we tear you back down.
that's why I
drag
feel
you
like
through
we
the
build
gutter.
her up. I'm like, what if she's a shitty ass person? Like, what if
She
like
might
I feel
be.
like something's gonna come out about her one of these days. It's gonna be like
Just
Beyonce didn't
wait.
pay her taxes, or Beyonce's breast
I don't
stink,
know.
or something.
I don't know. I feel like her PR team is like, God damn.
Her
That's
whole
Jay-Z.
everything
That's Jay-Z.
team,
Her whole
yes.
team.
That's the
The only thing I
Illuminati,
heard was that she didn't have, like, it wasn't her baby or she was.
right?
Oh, with
Oh,
She
Blue.
wouldn't even come
Yeah.
out and
She
say
had
she didn't
Blue.
have that baby.
I don't know.
And now nobody gives a fuck.
Because if you address
And now
one
nobody
rumor,
cares.
right? But when you address one rumor, then you got to start addressing.
Then you gotta go
like,
all
all of
through-
them,
right,
and
you're
it's,
right.
yeah, it's better, nothing.
You're right.
Now nobody
Moving on. I mean, I wonder if Beyonce ever dated a white boy, or a Hispanic man, or an Asian. Anybody ever see her with anybody else
I only seen her,
besides
like,
Jay
one
Z?
other
No.
person. Yeah, from like high school, like some prom pictures. that he
Oh,
was
I
black.
didn't even see that.
I know,
Oh,
I've never even seen that.
Kim K is studying for the bar,
Oh yes, I did see that. Kudos
Whoa.
to her. Kudos to her.
but she's skipping law school.
Yeah, in the state of California, you do not have to go to law school to take the bar.
But there are like other requirements. Like you have to study so many hours per week and things like that.
And you have to have an internship basically under an actual attorney.
But she's gonna get that. She has that.
Oh, she's already there. Yeah, she already
it.
at the firm. But I can't hate on her though. Like,
I wouldn't even hate on that more so than just. Isn't that more of like a? That's more narcissism. I feel like it's like you really think that you're. Right. Qualified to do something that people go to school and like strive and like.
But it's not like she's not studying. She's just not.
She has
to
to
law
study.
school.
Yeah,
she can't just. She's not just out.
But she's
here.
been. You know what?
Oh, it's like being a realtor. Like you could study at home, and then you can just pass the bar
she's hired
later.
I'm pretty sure she's hired the best of the freaking best, so she's gonna pass that damn bar.
Yeah.
I mean, her daddy, right?
Her dad was a lawyer.
Absolutely.
This is in her blood.
But she's been using her platform to help people, get out of jail.
That's true.
Prison,
That's true.
so.
That's true.
Well, maybe just her money, right? Because she's not doing the cases or anything like that. She just hires the pros.
Well, she's got her name attached to it somehow.
Oh, so she's trying to make some money.
She gets the publicity of it.
She does.
Which is fine because it winds up bringing more attention to the issue, which ultimately is the goal. So.
But doesn't it also bring more attention to her?
Absolutely.
And her family and the Kardashian name and the dynasty.
Her and Kanye are just so, I don't know. I think that's very interesting how.
Oh yeah,
they know how it works.
They are a famous interracial couple with these interracial babies.
They are.
You know, I would.
But so is
everyone.
her sisters, except for
Courtney.
Courtney's the only one that's not an interracial.
It's interracial. It's just not.
It is because
black.
What is Chris?
Oh, I forgot. You're right.
What is Chris? Is Chris white? Is she white?
No. She's.
Aren't they like Armenian or something?
Yeah, like
the
she's
dad
not
was. Yeah,
but the dad, I don't know.
But the
I
mom
don't
is
know.
something else there. What do they call her too? They don't even call her grandmother. They call her something else. They call her by her name.
By her name.
She's not. She is something. I just don't know what.
Wine is kicking in.
Yeah, it is. That's right. Take your jacket off. Get comfy.
And shit. You got your Sunday's best on in here.
Well, because I heard that didn't Kanye start a church? Like they going to church now.
He does that,
but there's no preaching. It's just
he does like a Sunday service type of thing.
Yeah.
He did it yesterday.
At the house?
No,
they
be
do live?
it, like, out in some like field somewhere. I don't know.
Oh Lord, y'all!
He's starting a cult.
That's what it sounded. That's what somebody said, and that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, like DMX there this past weekend. I
We
think.
done. We done already.
It's a cult.
Yeah.
What's my
But he's
name?
selling like church clothes, like ratty ass fucking sweaters that say like church stuff, whatever on there, whatever.
Homeless pants for like $2,000.
I was gonna say this is what his clothing line has led up to is this culmination. Whatever they were trying to say that North was out there singing. Her mic was not on. Guys.
Kanye,
No, I saw that video.
Her mic was not on.
I
guys.
did see that video also.
It was cute though. She was out here.
Of course, it was cute. I'm just saying,
Yes,
like,
the
don't be
kids are
trying to
cute.
turn her
The
into
kids are
Beyonce
innocent
yet.
in this. Yes, leave the children.
No, I think Blue's got that. Blue is.
If I watch that homecoming, that's what it's for, to see Blue.
Blue is on her way.
I want to see these twins.
To see the
I'll watch it later.
Were the twins in it too?
Someone said they were talking about the twins. I don't know if they're there, but
has anybody seen a picture of these kids?
I think they look like Blue. I think I have. I don't know.
They look like him.
Who looks like Jay-Z.
And good thing they didn't have another girl. Because all I'm saying is, good thing they didn't have another girl. Okay,
We're not
That
shading
face
the
was
children.
like,
because
ooh.
Jay-Z's
We don't
jeans
shade the
are
children up here.
intense.
Yeah.
I just think Jay-Z was
Yeah.
so fine.
When?
What?
I did.
1999.
Back in the day. It was. It
Those
was.
were overwhelming for
The
me.
hair.
The headband and the.
No, not even
Jersey?
that. No, back in like,
In Big Pimpin' days?
yeah, like Big
Oh
Pimpin' days.
no.
Yeah, I did.
I
guess that's all right.
I did.
Never thought he was hot.
Song Cry, those
Oh,
days.
Song Cry, okay.
Yes, I know.
Well, there were others.
Thug
That's
Tears.
Sorry.
The jams.
Okay, so here we're just gonna get to it.
Yeah.
The mixing of the races, the swirl nation. I found out that was a hashtag today. I feel like lately there's mostly interracial relationships because even if you like, I know white people like to think that they're not interracial, but if you're Italian and she's Australian, like that's interracial. If you're Greek and he's Brazilian, that's interracial. I'm just saying.
Or like intercultural?
Or intercultural, I guess. But
because if we see
it's
them walking down the street, we like,
it's a very fine line.
They're
right?
both white. Mhm.
Unless we like start having a conversation with them.
But okay, so if I'm like a black African American, if I started dating a Jamaican straight from Jamaica,
It's gonna be totally
is
different.
that interracial?
No, I just see two black
I'd say
people.
no.
See,
Yeah.
but
The cultures are definitely gonna be
Right,
different.
absolutely.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe there's a difference. There's a difference between interracial and intercultural. But basically,
But I mean, that also, like, if you're like from California
Mm-hmm.
and someone from Texas, it's totally different people, you know.
right? You're right. Culturally,
And that's not interracial.
No,
right?
it's not,
But you can be
it
from the
is.
same city in
That's what I'm
Texas
saying,
and
so
be
she's, like,
interracial because
Jamaican and
you
then
black and she white.
U.S.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the PC term is miscegenation.
Yeah.
So that's like either the mixing of the races through marriage or procreation, cohabitation.
Even cohabitation.
I'm not going to remember that word.
It's a.
Me
I know.
neither.
It's a
I've
very
had to
complicated
have
word.
it pronounced on dictionary.com plenty of times. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck do I,
I
say
love that
this shit?
dictionary.com.
Yeah. But even just living in the same dwelling at one time was illegal. This was all illegal, guys.
It was.
Yep.
It's depressing.
Up until 1967.
Dang.
Like across the board in all
Wow.
50 states.
Like-
that was not that long ago.
It was
No.
not that long ago.
No, because our parents were born before that.
True
Yeah.
that.
And
Yeah.
I'm a product of interracial relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, I don't know.
So can you imagine like
No.
some cops coming in your bedroom,
No.
like the Lovings?
No.
Y'all seen the Loving?
I did not see it. Was
I
it
haven't seen
good?
the movie.
I
They
didn't see
were-
the new one.
they
I
were
saw
in
the
jail for
old
like a
one with
year.
Halle Berry.
They
Been-
were in
been
jail
there,
for
They
done
got
that.
arrested for
Yeah,
a
oh yeah,
year
I'll go into it.
for a year.
for being with each other because he was
In
white.
real life?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she was black.
Damn.
In
Yeah.
real life.
That is some wild ass shit to me.
That is
Wow.
disturbing.
Basically, they went to DC to get married, and it was, I don't know if it was not legal there, but they were there. They got married, and then they went back to their home state of Virginia where it was illegal. And like 5 weeks into their marriage, after they had gotten a house, the police came and arrested them.
Wow.
And they were charged with violating Virginia's ban on interracial marriage. And they pleaded guilty because they weren't gonna lie, and they were sentenced to a year in jail. So their sentence was suspended for 25 years on the condition that they leave Virginia and not return together for 25 years.
What?
Imagine you hating the skin, like the color of somebody's skin so much that you go and you create an entire law behind some shit like that. Like, I can't wrap my head around it. And we ain't even come that far, to be honest with you.
I'm saying we really haven't come that far.
Because I just imagine like the children that are made from that relationship and what happens to them because they're kids.
Yeah.
But
Right,
they're
that's a
not
big part of
seen-
it.
Right, but they're not going to be seen, you know what I'm saying, as children. They're going to be seen as, I don't know what.
Illegal merchandise or what?
I guess.
know.
I mean,
Monsters?
for
I don't
them,
know.
like I always wonder, you know, how they feel. Do they feel black? Do they feel white? Do they feel mixed? And then do they, I don't know, do they favor one over the other? Does it seem more appealing to be one more than the other? How you feel about that? Did you feel like one was more appealing to you as a child than
You
the
know
other?
what? Honestly, I think that growing up, damn. Okay, so growing up, I was always surrounded by like white people,
Right.
and so I think at one point, like there was actually this kind of like this desire, you know, because that's what I was.
White is right.
That's not just that really, but like all my family was, you know, back in Louisiana or up in Indianapolis, you know, so I didn't really
You weren't seeing them.
no. So growing up, also, I only thought I was black and white, so mulatto. And so as I got older and I was really able to, you know what I'm saying, like experience some culture and really learn about like, you know, where I come from, my perspective on that like changed, you know. So in my neighborhood growing up, it was surrounded by freaking white people. I remember walking home from school, like I just felt like I was just always around fucking white people. So walking home from school,
Yes.
and one of the girls wasn't with us, and I never felt comfortable. Also, was the thing. Like I didn't really get comfortable, I think, until like within like the last couple years. So, because to white people I was black, to black people I was white. You know, I got called a white girl all the time. So, but anyways, walking home from school, and I'm surrounded by nothing but white girls, and they're like, "Oh, is she with her black boyfriend?" And I'm like, "What does that mean?"
What?
You know what I mean? Yeah. Also, one of my brother's friends, also in the neighborhood, his family was white. I was babysitting for them one day, and the little girl had to be like 4 years old. And I was teasing the girl about having a little crush on my brother. And she's like, "No, I'm not allowed to like black boys."
Oh no.
She's like 4.
Yeah, she don't know what
definitely-
she's
No, she was
saying,
taught
but
that
she
shit.
heard- yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
so I felt like, I don't know, I was pretty fucked up actually growing up because I just felt like I didn't belong anywhere.
Yeah.
Right, and I
Damn.
feel like that's what happens inevitably.
Yeah, that's shitty to feel
Unfortunately,
that.
I mean, I'm past. I grew past that.
Yeah.
Of course.
But it took a very long time. Even up into high school, I was being called a white girl.
Yeah.
So, and
Do-
then
I mean-
this is gonna be fucked up. I have to say
Yeah.
this. So, as I became an adult, I really grew into my own woman and stuff, whatever. So, one of my friends that I met at work, she was like, when she first met me, her thoughts about me were, well, who was this ghetto Mexican? That's what
Wow.
and then I was, no, let me tell you though. No, but for real. So I was like, you think I'm ghetto? Like I was so like, thank you.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Right. I'm not Mexican, but I always
Right.
get mistaken for that also.
Yeah,
So,
I can see it.
right. Dominican
what's
maybe.
your-
What is
What's
your
your
full
other half?
race?
Or,
So my dad is black, white, and Indian, and my mom is black and Filipino.
okay, yeah, Filipinos,
Yeah.
Mexicans, they mix them up. I get it all the time.
Yeah.
Are you Filipino? No.
Do they really?
Yeah. Normally the Filipinos ask me, not the Mexicans.
Really?
The Mexicans no.
The Mexicans.
Yeah, the Mexicans know, right?
Yeah.
But my house was like a United Nations growing up.
Yeah.
Like I looked Hispanic, my brother looked Middle Eastern, my mom looks black, my dad looks white.
Yeah.
So
Straight up.
I don't know what the fuck we
They
look
probably
like.
thought
We
y'all was
going down.
adopted. Or
Right.
something.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Mixed folks.
None of
Yeah.
us look alike.
For sure.
And so you guys have been married how long?
Pop quiz.
Since
That's how you know they've been
I was
married for
there.
a long
I was
time.
there.
That's how you know it's been a long
Jeopardy.
time.
What year was that?
8 years.
Okay, 8 years.
8 years.
And so, Adrian, had you dated black women before this? Like, was you down with the swirl, or was you only dating these Latinas?
Well, I'm originally from LA, so I lived in
Hey.
South Central
Oh,
pretty
wow.
much growing up.
Okay.
So all I saw were either black people or Mexicans. Like in my school, it was either black people or Mexicans. The only white people I ever saw were the teachers, right?
Wow.
My best friend growing up, his name was Taj. I don't know if he's hearing, but what's up, Taj?
Shout out.
He was black, or he is black, I should say.
It used to be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, used to, right? No. But no, I never dated like outside my race, and
Was it segregated? Like, did the Mexicans stay with the Mexicans and the blacks stay with the blacks, or was it intermixed?
Yeah, it was-
like everybody
well-
liked each other, right?
see, I was a little different because like I rode with like the nerds.
Oh, okay.
So like, I didn't really hang out with the Mexicans because they were cholos, or the blacks were, gangbanging.
Gangbanging. Uh-huh.
So yeah, we just did my own thing, kind of, But
You found your niche.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But predominantly, like all your girlfriends, you had a girlfriend in high school?
Not in high school, but right after high school.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But
They were Latin.
When did y'all? Didn't y'all get together after high school?
Well,
it
We did.
it was like
after the girlfriend.
Oh,
It was
okay.
after the Latina.
Okay.
Ah.
Had you ever been attracted to black women?
Yeah.
Before that?
you know what? I can't say I have. Yeah. I did have a crossing lady. Her name was Mary. When I
A
was
crossing lady.
You mean like the crosswalk
Crosswalk lady.
crosswalk
Yeah.
lady.
Oh,
yeah.
hell
But
no.
Mary, what did she bring you? Like lemonade and
She's like, let's walk across the street.
okay, come on now, baby. Like, look.
yeah, she could have been pedo. I don't know. I was a little young, but
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
And so Montez, I remember, we grew up together. So Montez ain't never had no Latin thoughts. But maybe she did. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
She was
Latin
she was
thoughts were not
pretty
bad.
she was pretty black. And she liked the blacks and the blacks liked her, and
Yeah.
that was where we were. Like, you were pretty convinced you were gonna marry a black man.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have these black ass kids.
I went to check out Spelman. I was gonna go to a black
Right,
college.
yep.
Yeah.
I fucked all that up, huh?
Yeah, so what happened? What happened?
No. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think growing up in Las Vegas, kind of like what Victoria said, is like we're around all these white people and this like other culture. And when I went to go see Spelman, I almost had this feeling of like I'm out of place.
Yeah, it was
now.
weird, right?
So it was like my own culture shock with my own race.
I felt that too.
It was awkward.
Because we grew up on the east side,
Correct.
which was mixed, but
mixed.
also, but it wasn't as mixed as it is now.
Right. Absolutely. So I think that might have been a little bit of a deterrent, and then just like just being a normal kid, scared to leave home and all that.
Right.
So you know, and then I had an A in it, UNLV. I was already there. I didn't have to do no work to get in.
Right.
So yeah, I wouldn't say that he was my deterrent, especially because we met. I was already going.
Yeah, you were in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys met, and it was like, I mean, you guys were like instantly attracted to each other? Or was this like a friendship that blossomed?
It was a friendship, but he did stalk me at the workplace.
I was
Allegedly.
gonna say, how did you start?
Listen,
Right?
listen,
You
Linda.
had to work extra hard.
Listen,
back then.
Linda.
He
He
worked
did.
hard.
So I was an elevator operator at the Stratosphere. It was my second job ever.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he would, on his shifts, like, he would be the bumper to come bump people for their breaks. And he would come hang out in my elevator and say he was going to clean my windows, but he never did. He would just chill there while I cleaned and talk to me and have
Ain't that bad a
conversations.
We did. Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
Stratosphere.
Like, I'm supposed to be in here chilling in the corner.
Right.
You over here watching me work.
You clean the windows now, though?
I did yesterday. I did. clean
Oh,
the
good
windows
job.
yesterday.
He did. Yeah.
And so, did you guys get any like backlash when you started to date, or when you guys got engaged? Like, was anybody on your fucking face like, yo, like, what happened to the Latino girls? Or, Gigi, what's going on with the black men? You don't like black men no more?
I will say there was a friend who, she wasn't like super against it, but she was just like, what are you doing? Like, what's happening?
Do I know this friend?
So yeah. I feel like I don't even need to say.
Mm.
So yeah, so I feel like
It wasn't
she
me.
wasn't super supportive, but she also wasn't outright saying like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
But you know, we not friends no more either though. So I don't know. What about you?
What
Was
about
anybody
you?
giving you a hard time?
No, not really. I mean, my parents never, like taught me to see color or anything like that. Despite of things they went through.
Right.
But
I can truly say that his parents have
Yeah.
always welcomed me since day one. I have never felt, I have the best in-laws.
Yeah,
I've
I was
never
gonna ask
felt
that too, because
uncomfortable.
sometimes it ain't even about your friends or your peers. Sometimes it's these damn families
Yep.
that be
yeah.
making you feel like you're doing something wrong, or you're out of place, or you're out of pocket,
Absolutely.
or whatever.
Well, at least they never told me anything to
Yeah,
my face.
you guys both
so I
got
don't know.
lucky.
Yeah.
But as far as like friends, we have mutual friends, so yeah,
Yeah.
it was all.
Oh, yeah,
good
you
there.
did.
Yeah.
So what
Shout out to
about
Nicole.
shout out to the
The Fieros.
Heroes.
the Fieros, the
Ferrero
Filardis,
Shades.
all these people.
Yeah.
So when you did get, you were together and everybody knew, did you feel like awkwardness, like in public, like around people, like if you went to something that was a lot of Latin people, did you feel strange at first? Like, are people speaking Spanish and you're like, what the fuck? Or, did you go to were you part of like any black cultural things showing up and you're like, dang, like, I don't know that many black people.
Or getting some side eyes.
Yeah, like getting
Right.
side eyes as a couple.
For sure, I can remember in the beginning of our relationship, and we were younger, like being out in public, getting side eyes from like black men. I even remember
yeah.
this one time we were at the Boulevard Mall, and I don't even know how long we had been together, but yeah, like these two black dudes were straight up trying to like holler at me, and we were standing right next to each other holding hands, so it was clear that I was with him, but like they were basically,
They ain't
ignoring
care.
him. Right, they were trying to disregard him, which thank God I was there to calm him down, because I don't know what would have happened.
Oh.
If I was one of those women who's like, yeah, fight, whatever. No, I'm not. So I was like, please God, let us get up out of here.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, this can't be
I ain't
plotting
tryna
in
die.
his head. I was worried about those folks.
I remember that. That was.
But yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, they kept following us for some reason. We're in the food court,
Wow.
and
really?
then I went to throw our food away, but like I turned back and I see them talking to her, and she's coming towards me, and I was like, "What'd they say?" And that was back in my hot days, so I was like,
Your hot days.
"What's up, dude? Like, what's your problem?" But
Yeah.
that was. I think that's like the only altercation or
Yeah,
even
no
close to
altercations,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
No
that I had.
fighting.
But other than that, I mean, every time I experience something new with like, black people or cookouts, or it's pretty awesome, man. I went to Louisiana with my father-in-law. That was freaking cool over there.
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Just
He
the two
was
of you?
in heaven over here
Yeah.
with this buffalo fish.
Yeah, that buffalo fish. If you ain't tried
that?
it's so good.
Not catfish.
It's not, but it's delicious.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like
like-
you brought me some, and it is bomb.
It's like the pork of like
It's like
I
the
guess
bacon
sea
of
or the
fish.
water,
Yeah.
Oh,
good.
oh,
It's good
okay,
stuff.
It's good. It's good.
okay.
But you can catch parasites, so it's got to be cooked right.
Oh, well, damn. Well, you just scared me away from that, so I'm
I think that's with
gonna say no.
anything.
But yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know.
okay.
And I think because I had a lot of experiences with the friends that I had going to events where like I would be the only black person with all these white people. I wasn't even, it didn't even faze me. And then especially because his family, even if everybody's around me speaking Spanish, like the vibe is just comfortable. So I didn't feel out of place. And
You didn't feel like they were talking about you.
No, not at all. And they speak English and,
Yeah.
they be waiting on folks. So yeah, I've never felt uncomfortable there.
Yeah, same thing growing up. Like I said, my best friend, we would have sleepovers, sleep at his house, or go over his uncle's house. Like I was the only non-black person there,
Yeah.
but they didn't treat me bad. I
Yeah.
think maybe hanging out at like Magic Johnson Theater at one point.
Yeah.
They tried to check us, but it was mostly like,
But your people was there too.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it was
We've been lucky. We've been lucky
Yeah.
for sure.
So what do you feel about like your kids? Because your kids are mixed race, and they're gonna get a lot of, because they got good hair, they got curly hair and they got light skin, but they have black grandparents and they have Mexican grandparents. So, do you worry about what they're gonna go through as a mixed child? Because you don't know what it feels like to be mixed, and you don't know what it feels like to be mixed.
Hearing what she was saying earlier, like growing up and not knowing
But I feel like now,
Which to choose, or do I have to choose? Yeah.
I feel like now everyone's so damn mixed now.
I agree.
So damn
That's true.
mixed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So even growing up, like comments about my hair being curly. You know what I mean? Like
The
now.
hair is always a
Yeah, but
factor.
now
always
curly
the
hair is
hair.
like, that's what I was getting the biggest compliments on before I dreaded my hair. But back in the day, like I got called a mop head, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Frizzy hair. It's just, but growing up fucking sucks.
I mean, kids are
anyway.
kids, right? Like kids,
Yeah,
Right, this is the
absolutely.
thing.
kids, kids are only listening to what their parents are saying, and then they're only going off of what they.
I never
know or
really
see
spoke on
of-
these things
right.
like, to my parents. I never.
I know. Has Ari come to you and said anything that people have said something to her yet?
Not that people have said things, but she'll want to have like a certain hairstyle, and I'm like, nah, bruh. I mean,
Yeah.
I could
Like
straighten
what?
her hair, but I did straighten it. For
I saw
her
it. Yeah, she had.
kindergarten
Yeah, for graduation.
and it took me like 2 hours, and I was just like,
She got
never
some thick
again.
hair.
So
Yeah,
yes,
for
She had a
absolutely.
lot of hair.
But it's a weird thing though, because she'll tell me like, well, why can't I have my hair like this, or why can't it be straight? But when we're out, when people see her, that's like the first thing they're like, oh my gosh, her hair is so beautiful, and oh, can I touch it? That shit. But I think that it's also like good for her ego too.
I was gonna say
even
that's a
at a
good
young
sense of
age.
pride
So, yeah.
for a child. Like,
I do see that even like when they're around my family, like not my parents, but like my uncles and stuff, they'll touch her hair just because they're like, oh,
Interesting.
curious to see what this is, but
I don't know what is it about hair.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know what it is about hair. I guess because everybody's hair is different,
Yeah.
and so that's like the way we differentiate.
But I'm not asking nobody if I could touch it.
I know, and that I don't know what that is.
Cannot.
I don't know that
Can
part.
we
The
not?
touching part is something that I will
don't-
never understand.
I won't either.
PSA: don't ask to touch it. Just admire it and compliment.
And don't even touch that shit.
I mean-
don't reach to touch my hair without asking.
I guess
and
maybe
then just don't ask.
I guess maybe white people don't really care, and so they think I wouldn't care if you touched my hair. So I don't know why you would care if I touched yours.
not all
you know
white
what I
people
mean?
have
But it's not
bone
even
straight
that, though.
hair
But it's
either.
not
Right,
even
that's
that though.
true.
It's just more like about respecting people's personal space.
Boundaries,
Like I don't
yes.
want you right next to me breathing down my
Yeah.
throat while I'm like trying to pay. So why would you think it's okay to reach and touch my hair? Like the curiosity I'm fine with. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, you can't be curious and you can't wonder. Absolutely. Ask me all the questions you want. But
Yeah.
keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
feel that.
And
I
people
feel
don't be
that.
washing their hands.
Agreed.
I
Nasty.
feel that.
See the potluck.
So what's the biggest thing you guys feel like you've learned like dating somebody outside of your race? Like what's some pros and cons? I'm gonna read some, but you can give me some.
Yeah. I would say like pros as far as, experiencing different things that I maybe normally wouldn't experience.
Yep.
Like at this point, like I don't think I can ever date another person aside from her, because then it's like we gotta retrain or re-expose them to
Retrain
the
the
culture.
brain.
It's like, nah, that's
So
not
what's
gonna work.
something that you've adapted to, or that's now a part of your life that you didn't grow up with?
Yeah.
That's a part of your life now because you're married to Montez.
That's a good
There's
place.
a lot.
Cookouts.
There's
I
a
know.
lot.
Fried
Pops be
turkey.
putting it down.
Well, yeah. They,
Pops be cooking, and I know
family
that.
reunions. Yeah, see me. This is extra weight, courtesy of my father-in-law's cooking.
Amen, y'all. For real.
But yeah, I'll have to think about
Think
that
about it.
one.
Think about it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Montez?
I think for me and for our kids, they have the best of both worlds. Like,
Yes.
they got the black and they got the Mexicans. Like, just I love the Hispanic culture, and I don't know if it's the culture necessarily or if it's just through his family's eyes, just as far as how they are with family and how welcoming they are, and just like everybody's always included. And I mean, it's the normal drama of any family, but I just like I've just always loved it, enjoyed it. They always want to feed you. Like, it's just
I feel like your
you
family
know.
is, they were already kind of Hispanic before you even met Adrian. Like, they're like culturally, they're very like, they wanna
Everything's
feed you
around
all the
food.
time.
Yes,
It's this big
everything's around
family.
food,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like I feel like
Right.
they were always like that.
yeah, we just looking for an excuse to cook and eat.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
it's
right.
true.
Absolutely.
That's true.
It's the same.
It's Tuesday. We need to get them greens
right.
going.
Get them beans on. Yeah,
I
exactly.
am not. I'm not mad.
Well,
at
yeah.
that.
Now you know. Now you're much more familiar with soul food. I mean, you grew up with black people, so maybe you knew already.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
But Montez be talking
Yeah.
about this. She be talking about Hispanic food like I didn't know.
Oh yeah. That's,
You know.
Oh shit.
Yes.
And the
I
kids
have
is
been
like, oh,
introduced
you
to
know,
stuff.
queso and what's the cheese?
Queso fresco.
Yeah, queso.
I don't like queso.
These kids.
Maybe I just didn't have it good. I just don't. I had it in
There's
Houston.
different kinds of it
Oh.
though. You got to be careful. Like, what
Yeah,
you
when I was
buy
in
at the
Houston, I didn't really
store.
like it.
Yeah, because there's some strong stuff out there that I'm a cheese lover, but I ain't
Yeah.
even touching that. So,
Okay.
but yeah, just I think I love the traditions. Like, I would say my family, we don't have like a lot of traditions per se. Like, we do stuff and we have events like year to year, but like the traditional things of Hispanics, like for the
quinceañeras.
quinces, yes, absolutely. And like when they could go and like just how they do that, and you know,
Birria.
What is this goat about?
Go.
It's like a barbacoa. It's
Oh,
almost
that's
like a
barbacoa?
lua.
Oh,
That's
okay.
goat?
Yeah.
Oh
So,
shit.
The
traditionally
real-
it's
Even at
goat, but
Chipotle?
you know
They sell it as pork, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
Okay. Whew.
Wow. No,
Yeah.
goat is good.
It's
I mean,
basically
I
like
don't know.
a lua. You cook outside and
Yeah.
put it in the
Yeah.
ground.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Boy, see.
you do, it is.
That
But-
sounds like
Yeah, I like
diabetes
that.
waiting to happen.
Hey, I
I
like
swear to
that.
It's
God.
actually lean. It's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm talking
It's
about
it's all the stuff you put on top.
cornbread
Right.
and tortillas and
So is Ariana gonna get a quince?
You know what? We kind of agreed that
I'll
we
say
would
yes.
leave it up to her.
Oh,
So
okay.
Yeah.
I started a savings account for her when she was born, and I figure she can have the option of having a quince, or she could buy herself a car, or she could have a sweet 16. Because let me tell you though, them things is expensive.
They are.
Well,
They're
yeah,
like
because then she
weddings.
gonna get one and not the
Yeah.
other, right? Like you
Quinceañeras
can't
are-
have
Yes,
a quince and a sweet 16,
no.
yo.
No, Adrian's goddaughter is actually about to have hers.
Really?
And as a godfather,
He has
You're
to
the
work.
guy.
Yeah, I have to
step up.
and put some money down. But
What?
I was actually
That's right.
speaking with
That's right. Excuse me, Godfather.
her today.
Yeah,
So
that's
you know,
your
Tendency.
role.
it's like you get
Damn.
married, the father pays for the wedding or the mother or
That is-
whatever
well, I'm
tradition
not
that
gonna- I
is.
didn't have
Yeah.
a big wedding like
But-
that.
But I embrace that though, because first of all,
Yeah, we
his
didn't get ours
goddaughter
paid
is
either.
beautiful.
Right.
How was the wedding? What was the wedding
The
like?
wedding was awesome. I
It
loved
was,
it. It was
it
great.
was.
He would say
It was
he
fun.
don't
It was
remember
good
nothing.
times. You don't remember
It
anything?
was open bar. Come on.
Oh shit.
I remember them picking you up in the chair and doing that whole thing.
Yeah, that's our tradition there. The picking up in the chair,
Yeah.
doing the snake.
The
you know.
snake.
Yep,
Yeah.
We didn't do nothing. We did the electric slide.
we did. We
the
did.
shuffle. Was that even out there? I don't know.
No shuffle. Just
We
the
probably
wobble
stepped in the
for
name of
sure.
love
Yes.
at that time.
That was the wobble.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was no wobble back then.
No, I don't
Fucking
think
wobble.
the wobble was out yet. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I didn't feel like it was gonna be weird. Our families got along.
It was a day of
Yeah,
love.
for
so
sure.
It was.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully there'll be no bullshit, but you never know.
Yeah.
I know you never know. You never know with like I feel like it's always about like the older people maybe. Like if you
Yes.
had like grandparents there, or, like great grandparents there, like maybe they would be even though I was talking to Montez's grandmother who's also named Montez, and I was talking to her about this yesterday, and she was saying that her parents actually had to get remarried when she was 11 years old because they were interracial and they were already married, but it wasn't recognized by the government or by the state or whatever. So they got remarried when she was 11. And I was like, what was that like for you? And she was like, it just seemed normal. But my parents were just like, they were already married. So
Yeah.
it didn't seem odd to her that they were like having a ceremony to get married again.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, as a 90-year-old person, I'm sure she's like, that was crazy. That
Yeah.
that had to happen. You know, like they had to get married again in order for it to be recognized or for people to see that they were married.
True.
You know,
Yeah,
I
for
just
sure.
I can't imagine. I feel the same way about like gays.
yeah, that's
Like
the
how
fight.
can
That was
you
the fight now.
right? How can you
Yep.
like denounce who I love,
Who I
I've-
choose to commit to forever.
right?
Absolutely.
Like who I've built this life with. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like two white people can't be in a relationship together and they fuck off and cheat and do whatever
Do
else.
whatever.
You know what I mean? The same way
Yeah.
two straight people can't. Don't do the same
Right.
thing. Like
Exactly.
That's
And just to say, like at the time, you couldn't even be roommates. You couldn't be
Right.
friends that stayed in the same bed. You couldn't
you weren't even drinking from the
do
same water
anything.
fountain.
Yeah,
I
you couldn't
mean,
even drink from the same water fountain. Like literally, it was illegal. Like people with the loving couple. It was the middle of the night. Like the police just came in their bedroom that 5 weeks later after they got married and just like arrested them in the middle of the night in their bed. Like there was no lead up to it. It was just like they could prove that they were in the same bed together sleeping, so that in itself was already illegal, so they didn't really need anything else.
We had police come into our house one time.
We actually did. You know what though? I actually don't remember that. This is when he had a roommate in his first apartment. We were super young. Right? I don't even know if we were 21 yet, to be honest with you. And they were like partying and stuff, but we were chilling in his room, and I don't know, were we?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
The cop, it was like a woman cop, like busted in there, and she just automatically assumed that like I was being harmed, like I was in danger the way she was talking to me. And I was like, I'm fine. I had totally forgot about that. But I was like, I'm good. Like, this is my boyfriend. This is consensual. Like, we chilling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of good that they ask, because
Of course, sure. Yeah, at least you were
held
going to be
against your will,
believed. Yeah, you would
Yeah.
be believed that night if it was some shit going down, but that's strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny to me, like.
well, because nobody went to jail.
Yeah, for sure. But
Nobody
back
died. Nobody
then,
died.
it's
Funny
illegal
now, in the
stuff.
moment,
you
it's
get-
like- yeah, in the moment, it's like, so recently there's been a story that's kind of resurfaced. This black guy, a couple years ago when he was 20, was in a bar underage with this girl who was 17, and neither one of them like asked each other's ages. So basically, he gets 12 years for rape because she goes back to his house and they found like his DNA on her body, but he says like all they did was kiss, but she had like bruises on her thigh. So it was an all white jury, and they convicted him of
sent
rape.
that motherfucker
Yeah,
home.
12 years.
That's what I mean about we really ain't come that far.
We ain't.
Wow.
Right,
But
so
I
that-
think I also think that it's a different, like a different reaction when you see somebody of a different race with a white person. So a black person with a
right.
white person, a
You're
Hispanic
right.
with a white person. It's a different reaction
right.
than two minorities coming together.
That's so true.
that is, I agree with that also.
Yeah.
That's true. Because I tend to date, light, white.
The whites.
And then light.
Right.
Truly, though, I mean, I feel like it's a beautiful thing. That's why I don't have so much of like a problem with it. I mean, more people have a problem with it than I do, but I think it's beautiful. Like sharing isn't this what we were like working towards? Like that's why I always look at it. I'm like, isn't this what MLK and like all these people were like striving for? Not necessarily for us for there just to be a sea of beige people, but just like
The intermixing.
for us to be able to intermix if we so choose, and if that's what happens. I don't think you can always choose who you fall in love with.
You can't.
Necessarily.
No.
I agree, but
You can't.
I don't know that people have the problem with you being with a white man so much as that's what you exclusively choose to be with.
Right.
Does that make sense? So it's more of the like.
But that's the thing, right? Like I've seen, like on Instagram and stuff, when I get trapped in the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like black people are strictly only date black people. Like don't date outside your race. And then same thing
Which
with
is just
like
a lie.
Latinos or in the Hispanic community. Sometimes they don't want their daughters dating the black man. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
I know
Right.
that. I was going to ask you about that because I know that's a
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
that's a thing.
I'm like, honestly, before we had kids, I was like, I don't want her dating the black guy because stereotypical. You know, if he looks like a thug, I don't want him dating her. But I mean, now I'm older, mature. You
got brothers-in-law.
Yeah, for sure. It's
But
like
black
whatever
men
she's
aren't the
happy
only
with. I know, and then the same thing with any other race. Like if
Yeah.
he's thugs, then I don't want that in my house.
Of course.
But
whatever race.
at the same point now, I'm like, whatever she's happy with, that's what she brings home.
Woo.
Well, let's not go that far. Because,
Yeah.
No, but like you can be a nice, straight up, clean cut,
Yeah, exactly.
presentable,
Yeah, sure, too.
like, oh, I got money, and you
Right,
can still be a
and beat
dick
her
and
ass.
be exactly
Yeah.
and be
Yeah.
whooping the shit up out of my baby.
Totally
So,
true.
yeah. So,
Totally true.
You know,
It's hard for me to think about your daughter dating. So
Yeah, I don't wanna
know
talk
how
about
y'all
that.
thinking
That's
about
way-
that because
Yeah, I don't wanna talk
goddamn, my
about that.
heart.
I
my
agree.
heart.
Like 20
agree.
years away. So
I will
Listen.
say,
Listen, the Second Amendment's still alive, so
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm armed and dangerous, guys.
You're right.
I will
Just
say
kidding.
that my mom for sure was more like wanting all of her children to end up with black people.
Yeah,
we had a
because
few
your brother
conversations about it.
has children with a white woman.
Yep.
They're not married, but they've been together a really long time.
Yep.
And honestly, I didn't think that was for Omar. But I don't, but there's exactly what we were saying. Like, you can't help who you fall in love with, and there's
My brother's been he's pretty much had every.
I don't
like,
think I've seen him with anybody that's black.
No,
Black
before, yeah,
Yeah,
earlier.
before.
But yeah, he's dated black women. He's dated Latinas. I don't know. I want to say this might be his first white that I know about though. That was like been prevalent,
like
brought
a
around.
girlfriend. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. So yeah.
See, I don't have a problem like at all with interracial dating. Like, no,
How
I
could
wouldn't
you?
be here. Right,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here. I think what I have a problem with is when people like denounce their own race. Now
Absolutely.
that I
Rachel
have a problem
Dolezal.
with.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I have a problem because I feel like if I predominantly, as an adult, like I've only dated black men.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not to say like I would never, give someone who was a different race a chance, but
Filipino?
I'm sorry.
A Filipino?
Oh, you know what? Funny story. Okay, one time, no, we weren't dating. I went out with one of my friends who was Filipino, this tall guy, or whatever, right? We're on the strip, and we come across these two black guys walk past us. Next thing I hear, oh, you better know. Oh, wow. You better know what you're doing with all that. Now, we were not dating.
Wow.
Oh,
But we
yeah,
were
that's
not,
the thing.
right?
That's the thing.
But
yeah.
I also thought, I was like, well, damn, if that was to ever be something, it wouldn't now. Because who the fuck would want, you know what I mean? Like, that
Yeah.
would definitely scare somebody off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
It does.
mean?
Like, do I
Yeah.
want to put up with this shit? I don't
No,
know.
ultimately, like, security is a big thing for me, not just physically, like emotionally.
Yeah.
Someone who's like hardworking, like those are the things that really, really matter to me.
Right,
It just
absolutely.
so happens.
The package. Yeah, the package is
Typically,
usually
I
the
like
same.
my men big, black, and bearded. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody has a preference. So
You love who you love, right? I mean,
Yeah.
It's true, and I
wouldn't be opposed.
I'm in this place now. I'm trying to figure out, is it nature versus nurture? Do you like what likes you, or do you just have a preference? Like, I don't know.
I think
I don't
it's
know.
a little bit of both.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't. As far as like you go though, like that's the thing with when Victoria was saying like don't denounce your race, like you don't, like, you know what I mean, like I've
Right.
never felt that you weren't.
Yes, I am pro-black.
black, right? You own your blackness too, but
Yeah.
you just
But
happen to like
I've
the white.
seen
But the
it-
attraction is.
I've definitely seen more so with black men. I feel like who talk shit about black women.
Yeah.
I was like, your
Right.
mother is a black woman.
Well, yeah.
Like, what kind of shit is that? And I don't.
No, we
I
need
don't
a black
care-
man up in
I don't
here.
care if you're trolling, if you're just doing it for jokes. Like, I think that's bullshit. Now, if you don't, if
Absolutely.
you have your preference, that's fine. But you need to shut the
Yes.
fuck up.
Yes.
Did anybody ever say anything to Michael about like not? I mean, he used to get made fun of, right? Like by black girls, right?
No, black girls loved him.
Oh, I thought he said that
No, I don't
that
thi- I
they
don't-
used to give him shit or whatever, and that's why he never
think
really
that-
dated black girls.
I think that. I don't think that was he made like they loved him. So I don't think that he got made fun of. For that, at least, no. But see, even like his girlfriends, either like white or like Hispanic.
Yeah,
Like I thought Heidi
Like I'm
was
saying,
white
like, it
for a
may
long
just-
time, but
right.
she's Cuban.
and maybe it's just preference. It's just like
They can
that's
look
just what I
white.
like. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
So
black.
Yeah.
some pros though. I think you guys said a lot of these. Like you gain new perspective, like worldly perspective. You learn new food, religion, values, lessons, traditions based on somebody else's race that you might be interculturally dating. You get to create unique subculture of both your cultures. You escape from your ideological viewpoint, or the ideological viewpoint, which is society saying we should all just stay together or staying within the race. And then you represent progress. I mean, I think that's a huge one. Like you represent what the world is trying to be, which is progressive and open-minded and free thinking and love who you love. rather than it just
Right.
being. I mean, I don't think that people who are in relationships with the same race don't represent progression, but I guess it just visually.
Right.
Yes.
Visually. And then cons, living with the assumptions of everyone around you. So like we were talking about when you go out, people making your relationship a bigger deal than it actually is.
Yes.
Being socially conscious of how you look to people, and then merging families.
For sure.
Those can be like things that kind of maybe would pull somebody back who was never dated outside of their race. Maybe they were like, oh, I don't know how my family would take this, so I just won't do it. Or I don't know how it's going to be seen at work or among people socially, so I'm just not going to...
Stay the fuck away from me if you
I'm
one of
just
those
not going to
people.
do it because I don't want to seem weird. I don't want to seem like the awkward person.
That's a shitty way to live because you are
Yeah.
over here, you're basing your happiness, on other people.
Who
and
don't give a fuck about what you
Exactly,
think. So they over here
exactly.
doing Lord knows what. And
Preach.
So at the end of the day, you need to just do you.
You absolutely.
Absolutely.
Love who you love.
Looks
feel
can
who
be
you
deceiving.
feel.
Love who you
And
love.
that's exactly right. Because looks can be deceiving. And as much as, I mean, I don't like to say this as a black person, but if you're tired of dating black men, just date somebody outside your race. Like, there's nothing wrong with, I feel like there's an issue that, this isn't even black people, just feeling like you're turning your back on your race if you date outside your race.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't want to have, or even just the superficial, like, I don't want to have kids with, I want to have black kids. I want to have white
Your
children.
kids are
I
gonna
want to
be
have
black
Hispanic
regardless.
children. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah. Or even like I don't want to have to train them.
Yeah.
About
I don't have to teach
stuff.
them.
Yes, which I never really felt like I was teaching him anything.
but you were. I mean,
I was, but I never like felt like okay, we need to sit down and have this conversation
Right,
about
right.
why
It's
I don't wash
natural.
my hair every day and why I gotta wrap this.
Yeah.
Which the big thing was washcloths. I learned that.
oh yeah, washcloths. I didn't realize that black people are the only ones that
I don't know why.
say wash.
Wash your
we're the
booty.
only ones that say washcloth, and we're the only ones that
Face
use
towel.
I mean, we got a
face
loofah.
towel.
There was a whole episode
Wash
on that
your
new
ass.
show with Tashina Arnold, The Neighborhood.
Yes.
What did
with
you
the
call it? What
washcloth.
did you call it?
Well, we have like loofahs, or there's like this weird sponge-looking thing.
Like a Dead Sea sponge?
Yeah,
sort of thing?
that.
That's
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay.
So they don't really know about
call
like
them
wash
rags.
ups.
Yeah.
You know, like black people wash up.
Washcloth.
They don't know
I was
about
like,
that.
oh, okay.
Nobody else knows about that.
That's the whole bath.
Yeah, the whole bath.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
That's a black
Yeah.
thing. And even just having a washcloth and then having a towel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they like
Yeah. He
people
was
don't
like, what the fuck is
understand that.
this?
It's like, what
What do
is
we got
this
all these
little
towels for?
towel here?
Ratty
yeah.
ass, the ratty ass fucking washcloth, the rag.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
The rag. Go get that rag. Go get it.
Okay.
Scrub on your arms, get them between your legs, and you're good. That's a
Yeah.
whole bath.
Absolutely.
That's a wash down
Smell good.
or a wash up.
Tits, pits, and ass.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Yes.
It'd be the same shit. We just call it different stuff. That's
It
it.
is,
What
it
else?
is,
Would,
it
what
is.
else would that be called?
I don't know. I don't know.
But
'cause
if
I
you
know.
don't have a washcloth, how are you doing it?
A wipe? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you know, I didn't think about the wet
no.
wipes, but
That's
Before
not the
that,
same.
before them times
Oh, I don't know.
when you didn't have a shower and
Well,
you only
before
had a
the
limited
loofah
amount of
came
time.
along, how the fuck were you washing your ass? A washcloth. I'm sure.
Yeah, a washcloth.
I'm sure. Okay, I don't know.
I can't be sure though.
We gotta go.
Listen, guys,
Bye.
this was
Bye,
not
Felicia.
quite yet, but you know, I feel like this was a good conversation. I was worried that there might be a part 2, but I feel like we covered a lot of it. I mean, I guess we just have to get the different races in here. We have
Yeah.
to get some Asians in here, some black men.
What isn't it say Asian men and black women are like the most single people?
What?
I read
really?
that somewhere. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know about
It's
the
not.
Asian
It's not
men.
black women.
Yeah, Asian men
And
black
Asian men.
women.
Yeah,
Asian
yeah.
men?
'Cause that's what they were saying. Those two were supposed to get together.
Well, I don't know about get
Hey.
together, but they
No,
are
they
the
should.
most-
I read a different article, okay, that said that those two are supposed to get together because they are the least sought after, unfortunately.
See, I see more Asian women with black men than
No, she's
Oh, no,
saying
no, no,
Asian
yeah.
men.
I know what you're saying.
yeah,
No, yeah, the Asian
And-
women are good.
Yeah.
Everybody likes Asian women.
Yes.
Okay, everybody likes black men. Okay, but everybody's not like black women and everybody's not
I
like
love
Asian
black
men.
women.
So,
Me too.
I love black women.
thank you. Yes.
Better
See,
say that.
He's been changed.
But if I die, you don't have to get another black woman.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just
Oh,
telling you.
yeah, I don't think
your
she will-
options
I
are
think
open.
she's okay with
your
you
options
not
open because I
ever.
probably won't be in with another Hispanic. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? You don't think so?
I don't. He's not your typical though either. Like you know, every race has their stereotypes. He don't fit them. He don't fit them for the Mexicans.
That's true.
so.
That's true. That's true, Adrian.
Well,
You're
thank you, I guess.
No, you're good. You're good. That's it. See,
All
it's
right.
gone, Adrian.
That's
It's gone.
it.
We appreciate
Time
y'all
flies. We're having fun.
listening
Thank
to
you,
the
ladies.
the mixing of the races, the interracial, the swirl nation.
I'm gonna have to look at that hashtag.
Next week, yeah, look it up. Next week, we're gonna be talking about being single and no children in our 30s and being good with it. Maybe not so much,
Yeah,
but we'll
I don't
see.
know about that being good part.
We'll see, guys. We appreciate y'all
All
You
listening.
don't want kids, trust me.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, we'll see you
Stay
next
free.
week. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.